Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a teen facing charges after shots were fired at vehicles in Floyd County appears in court. And a controversial decision is made about removing wild horses in Breathitt County.
Highs today made it into the upper 80s and low 90s, but we are going to cool off just a little bit. Find out when coming up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
One of the teens arrested in connection with a shooting incident in Floyd County appeared in court today for his arraignment, during which prosecutors said he may soon see more charges as the investigation continues. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest.
All rise.
Prosecutors say 19-year-old Weston Harris and his unnamed 17-year-old co-defendant placed many lives in danger by shooting at cars on US 23 on August 1st.
So if you got people shooting at ongoing cars or cars passing by, it is an extremely dangerous situation. Could very well have resulted in the death of one or more people.
Police say Harris originally admitted to driving the vehicle at the time, but not shooting the gun. And he was charged with 4 counts of complicity to wanton endangerment and 4 counts of complicity to criminal mischief. He was arraigned Monday, during which time he pleaded not guilty before waiving his preliminary hearing.
The waiver of the preliminary hearing was probably a tactical decision made by the defense to prevent the world from hearing the additional information that the police department has gathered since those initial charges were done.
County Attorney Keith Bartley says investigators believe Harris was more than the driver, saying the evidence also places the gun in his hand during the incident.
The police department have gathered additional information, additional evidence that leads us to understand there's at least one additional victim, and there is certainly a possibility in upgrading the charges because there is evidence that Mr. Harris engaged in some of the shootings just the same as the juvenile offender.
Harris's attorney asked for a bond reduction during the arraignment, saying Harris is scheduled to begin vocational training outside of the county soon. But the Commonwealth opposed the idea, sending a response that outlined the possibility of more charges and claiming Harris was arrested in Johnson County on an unrelated case for alcohol intoxication 9 days before the shooting.
I asked the court for the opportunity to respond to it. Obviously, we object to any bond reduction.
Saying though no one was reportedly harmed in the shooting, the seriousness of the incident cannot be stressed enough.
That's the reason why I point out that there's a likelihood of additional charges or upgraded charges, because this very easily could have been 5 attempted murder cases.
In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Harris is being held on a $100,000 full cash bond. Judge Tyler Green is expected to rule on the reduction request this week. It's been 6 days now since 10-year-old Jaden Spicer was last seen in Breathitt County. He was last seen Tuesday night at his home on Panbowl Branch Road in Breathitt County. Search crews have used all types of technology like sonar and drones to try and find Jaden. The search has been focused on where he was last seen, but is now expanding. Of course, we will let you know as soon as there are any new developments. For context, the National Center for Missing and Endangered Children says just under 30,000 children were reported missing in the United States last year. The NCMEC says 218 children were reported missing in Kentucky last year. About 85% of those cases were resolved, 6 points below the national average. Anyone with information about Jaden Spicer's case should call Kentucky State Police. Next week marks 3 months since a violent tornado ripped through southern Kentucky. It claimed several lives and destroyed countless homes and businesses. Tonight in Corbin, a benefit concert to support the survivors. Alexa Minton talked with the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky about continuing relief efforts ahead of tonight's event.
It has been a little under 3 months since a powerful EF4 tornado tore through and devastated the Sunshine Hills neighborhood here in Laurel County. And many victims are still in need as the community continues on its road to recovery.
When one part of our region hurts, we all hurt.
The Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky is just one of the many local organizations contributing to relief efforts in the counties affected by the May 16th tornado.
Being 3 months out from when the tornado happened, we're nowhere near the end of what recovery looks like.
They've created the Appalachian Tornado Relief Fund, already helping 50 families and small businesses with monetary concerns as the community rebuilds.
We have a lot of experience in disaster recovery and relief work. We just try to make it really easy to get help for people, so it's not so hard, because these are our friends and family and neighbors and people in our community that we know and that we love, and we want to make it as easy for them to rebuild their lives in a place that we all call home.
The foundation has partnered with Lexington native and country music artist Ann Wilson to host a benefit concert to not only gather donations, but to also help let music heal the community, with Ann Wilson and team reaching out specifically to those impacted.
They are actually giving tickets to tornado victims and their families so that they can enjoy a night out and be together, be in a healing space together with people that care about them.
And while many are still in the initial steps of recovery, the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky is already looking ahead as to how they can help next.
When all the homes are rebuilt and people are back in the places that they love, we've got to start thinking about resiliency work.
In Laurel County, meteorologist Alexa Minton, WKYT.
And we are told there are still some remaining tickets for the concert, but it starts pretty soon at 7 o'clock tonight at the Corbin Arena. And as of today, FEMA has approved nearly $3 million in housing and other types of assistance for 971 households affected by the May tornadoes. Well, after a dry and warm weekend, we might see a few more storms in the next few days. First Alert meteorologist Eric Dean has our first look at the forecast. Eric.
That's right, Steve. Take a look outside right now. 88 degrees in Owsley County near Boonville. Feels like 91 out there at this hour. And again, it was a hot one. It says we made it to 87. We actually made it into the 90s today, so this will update later on this evening. 68 was our morning start. 85 and 66 is where we should be for this time of year. We're sitting at over 2 inches of rain already for the month so far. All is quiet right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar. And again, this is going to get a nice little workout as we go into the day on Tuesday. Temperatures right now still in the 80s, even 90s. 93 in Somerset, 91 in Monticello. You factor in that feels like temperature. Feels like 99 in Monticello, 96 in Somerset, 90 in Hazard. So if you have plans tonight, not bad. We'll stay partly cloudy, stray shower within the next hour or so, not out of the question. Otherwise, we'll see mainly clear skies as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. But as mentioned, we have rain chances and we have somewhat cooler temperatures in the forecast. Details on the First Alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. Back in July, we told you folks were concerned about free-roaming horses in Breathitt County. Now a decision has been made to begin removing the horses. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to folks with the Appalachian Horse Project.
A decision made by the Breathitt County Fiscal Court to remove the free-roaming horses has some wondering, where will these horses go? After much debate about whether the wild horses are a nuisance or a county treasure, the Appalachian Horse Project says their efforts have fallen short.
We proposed solutions to help with the population, and this is what they came up with. Well, let's just get rid of them all. And I think that the fiscal court is maybe tired of hearing about it, and so they're saying, okay, just let our animal control officer take care of it, be in charge of it, take care of it.
Now that the pickup process is underway, members with the Appalachian Horse Project say, according to Kentucky law, any person or entity who sees a stray or abandoned horse outside of its enclosure can pick it up and follow the stray hold process.
And at the end of that 15 days, that person who did the taking up of the horses can do whatever they choose with the horses. That can include adopting them out, keeping them for himself, sending them to an auction somewhere, or sending them to a person who takes them to an auction that has kill buyers at it, which means the horses then are destined for slaughter.
Thompson said as of Monday there are 24 horses that have been picked up and placed on the stray hold list, hoping these horses find a new, safe home.
We need people not just to talk, but to take action, whether it's contacting their magistrate, whether it's stepping up for adoption, whether it's donating hay, salt blocks, feed to take care of the horses in the winter, which is a critical time.
Members with AHP claim the horses are on private property and they are working to find out the legalities of this concern. They say they will continue to be a voice for the horses. In Breathitt County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
We did reach out to members of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court, including Judge Executive Jeff Noble, who was unavailable for comment. The 2025 Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR Summit, is 2 weeks from tomorrow. The event will be hosted for 4 days in Corbin, August 26th through the 29th. Executive Director Colby Hall told me today there's an exciting group of speakers and sessions lined up.
We have really influential, high-powered, hardworking, caring people that show up at this event that really are trying to figure out a way to leverage their gifts and talents and resources to help this region in any way, shape, or form.
Tickets can be purchased for different days of the summit, or you can get a complete pass with full access. We have much more information and a link for more information on our website. Just find this story. Well, several leaders will come together tomorrow to celebrate a significant infrastructure milestone. The event will highlight a nearly 6-mile Interstate 75 widening project between Whitley and Laurel counties. The project represents the next phase in completing Kentucky's 6-lane interstate connection. The event will be held at 9:30 a.m. at Martin's Peterbilt in London.
You're seeing a mixture of sun and clouds out there right now, but shower and storm chances are in the forecast. We'll tell you how long they'll last coming up in a few minutes.
Plus, a new way to detect and treat lung cancer all in the same day, and it's happening at the University of Kentucky.